Received a big amount of money from the UPS Foundation to expand their homeless kitchen facilities, and we negotiated to give them back our space so that they could take advantage of that opportunity, and now they're be able to do that. We're very glad for them, and we're a homeless theater company. But we are continuing our search for a new performance space. We will be here for our next production, which is Cinderella. And that opens May the 10th. So please come back and see Cinderella with us. Other quick announcement, we do have a great main stage theater. Currently they're doing the comedy Run for Your Wife. It's 7:30 p.m. performances Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and 5 o'clock on Sunday. It's very, very funny, and it's perfectly appropriate for all of those out there over 5 feet tall. The little kids, not appropriate, but we invite the adults to come back and see it. You have a good time. Other quick announcements, there will be an intermission about halfway through. Please no flash photography, no recording devices of any kind due to copyright laws. We would like to recognize Miss Tarika Foster. Stand up. Yay! Nothing really special, except today is her birthday. And we're very glad that you can celebrate your birthday with us, and we love to embarrass people when they come and get to do that sort of thing. Let's see, other quick announcements. Those of you that have been season ticket holders or been here before, you know that we have Chip Coffey is our Children's Theater Artistic Director. He directs a number of our shows. He writes a number of our shows. And you guys today have a distinct opportunity and privilege to see a show that he not only wrote, he also directed, and he's also acting in this show. So he's wearing 3 different hats today. So you get a chance to see Chip on stage, kind of a fun sort of thing. Other quick announcements, so please remember that this area up here is the stage, this is for the actors, that area out there is the auditorium, and that is for the audience. So as long as we keep all that in mind, everything will work out real well. Kids, real important announcement, this is a kids-only announcement. If the adult that you came with gets noisy or cranky or starts talking a whole lot, if you'll please take your adult either out to the lobby or out to the patio so it doesn't disturb the rest of us, we really appreciate that. Let's see. I think that's just about everything. Jenny, do you have anything else?
Nope, sounds good.
Great. Well, let's start the show by giving a big round of applause and get the actors out here, right?
Yes, there it is, big as life. Well, Sims now, is it? You wouldn't be of some kin to old Seth Sims, now, would you?
Seth Sims was my father, sir.
Well, what do you mean, was your father? Did he drink a pint or two and fall off the face of the earth or something?
My father died of the influenza last year.
I'm really sorry to hear that, boy. He was a fine sailor, and a good man as well. He'd be real pleased to know that his son is going to be sailing on the first ship set for the new world.
Papa wanted to be on this ship more than anything.
And he will be, lad. His spirit will be right there beside you. Not even death itself could keep old Seth Sims away from the sea.
Thank you, sir. Permission to go aboard.
Permission granted, Mr. Sims. And good luck, lad. And just where do you think you're going, sir? I'm going aboard, if you don't mind. Well, I most certainly do mind. You'll take your bahunkus to the back of the line and wait to go aboard just like the rest of the men.
Won't you take pity on me just this once, Lucky? You've been making me wait at the back of that line ever since I was a cabin boy.
Well, even you think you're going to get any special treatment from me just because you're the captain of the ship, you'd better stop and think again.
And if you don't let me get on board this very minute, you old sea dog, I'll have you swapping these decks all the way across the Atlantic.
Oh, will ya now?
Yes, I will.
Well, you're getting just a bit too big for your britches, if you ask me, little Johnny Smith.
And you are getting more and more cantankerous with each and every day that passes, Lucky.
Permission to go? Thank you.
Hey, Lucky.
What is it now?
Good to see you again, you old coot. You're looking good.
Well, you're looking mighty hale and hearty yourself, Captain. And what shall you call him, an old coot?
Why, if it isn't Mr. Sims? I honestly didn't think I'd be seeing you here at the docks this morning.
Why not?
I figured my sister would have convinced you to stay here in England and marry her.
Cut it out, John. Abigail is a very nice girl, and I like her a whole lot. But I'm not ready to get married yet, not to her or anyone else.
Oh, it gets pretty lonely out on the high seas, Jeb, old boy. After 2-3 months, you'll miss my sister a great deal more than you thought you ever would.
You really think so?
Trust me. Now come on, sailor, get your gear, let's get aboard.
All right. Follow this gentleman on board. They keep getting younger all the time. All right, who's next? Your name, please. Well, for heaven's sake, boy, tell me your name and be quick about it. You're holding up the line.
Abner Marler.
Martha. Well, I don't see your name on my list.
Well, I just signed on yesterday, sir.
Oh, well, then that explains it. Have you ever sailed before?
Sailed?
Well, I saw it. This is a ship, you know, and sailing's what she does.
Oh, of course, sir. Yes, I've sailed before.
Well, then, take your gear and get aboard. Find yourself a bunk in the cruise quarters and claim it for your own.
Are there going to be men? Other men in the cruise quarters?
Well, of course there are, lads. You weren't expecting to get a private cabin all to yourself now, were you?
Oh, no, sir.
Well, then move your carcass and get aboard, and let me get my line moving again. All right, keep the line moving, you scurvy lot. I ain't got all day to be messing with the likes of you.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Oh, well, what have we got here?
What you've got here is an enormous problem. If you continue to address me in that tone of voice,
Is that a fact? And who might you be?
I might be your worst nightmare come to life.
You might also be the Queen of England, which ain't wearing no crown, so I don't suppose that's the case neither.
I am Governor Ratcliffe.
Charmed, I'm sure.
I trust my accommodations aboard the ship have been put in order.
You got a bed and a chamber pot. It don't get no better than that.
I see. Would you be so kind as to show me to my cabin?
Well, in case you hadn't noticed, I ain't your valet. Take a left at the mainsail and keep walking. Your cabin's on the starboard side of the ship.
Starboard. That's right. Right.
Right.
Is there someone available to bring my belongings on board?
Let me put it to you this way. No, there ain't!
I see. Well, then I suppose I'll have to do it myself.
Well, you know what they say. God helps them what helps themselves. Now, kindly get aboard, Governor Ratlips, and let me get on with my work.
Just one more little thing.
This had better be good.
You won't be sailing aboard the ship, will you?
I'm the cook.
Oh, joyful day. My taste buds are absolutely quivering in anticipation of your culinary delights.
Talk such as that could get a fella sent to the brig on this ship.
I'll just get my things.
Allow. Heads up, Ratnips! I never John. I swear I didn't.
He most certainly did! He refused to stay with me in England.
How on earth did you get aboard this ship without anyone seeing you?
Our good friend Lucky here let me come aboard.
Oh, now that's a bold-faced lie if I ever heard one.
That most certainly is not a lie. I dress up like a boy and call myself Under Marler. Do you remember me now, Lucky?
I think you ought to make her walk the plank, Captain.
I hope that you're not going to tell me you've been sleeping at night in the crew's quarters with the rest of the men.
Oh, of course not. I've been sleeping out here on the deck, under this tarp over here.
Well, that wasn't a very smart thing to do. You could have caught your death of pneumonia.
What how thoughtful of you to care, Mr. Sims.
What in heaven's name is going on out here? How do you expect a person to sleep if the four of you are making so much noise? Oh, good Lord, it's a girl!
I can explain everything, Governor.
I'm not at all certain. I'd like to hear an explanation at the moment, Captain Smith. Kindly save your comments for the light of day, when I will hopefully be far better rested and in a much improved humor. Good night, gentlemen. And lady. Ooh.
I ought to do as Lucky said and make you walk the plank. But I'm going to let you sleep on the floor of my cabin instead.
Thank you, John. I'm sorry if I got you in trouble with Governor Russell.
I won't be surprised if he makes us both walk the plank together. Fine, Doctor, my sister. Go to my cabin and wait for me.
Whatever you say, John. Good night, Tim.
Go! This is all your fault, you know? My sister is bloody determined to make you her husband. Ugh.
Take an old fool's advice, lad. Run! And hide.
searching for your love, Pocahontas. One will be rewarded and one will be denied. Pocahontas! Your father has returned and he does not look very happy. The winds of change will blow a storm across our land. You must be prepared for bad weather. Father, the comet told me that you had returned. You look troubled. Is something wrong?
I was returning from visiting your uncle. I saw something that concerns me very much.
What did you see, Father?
I saw a boat much larger than any boat I'd ever seen before in the great water at the end of the river.
Were there people on this boat, Father?
That I could not see, but I am certain there must have been.
There's a strange boat coming to our shores, Powhatan.
I do not know, Coco, but we must be prepared for its arrival.
What do you mean, Father?
If the people on this boat wish to be our friends, we will treat them with kindness. But if they are coming to our land to do us harm, we must be prepared to protect ourselves.
We'll spread the word throughout the tribe. We will prepare for battle.
No, Coco, we will wait and see who these people are. We will watch them closely. Then I will decide what we must do.
Do you hear them, child? Are the spirits speaking to you? I am afraid not, Grandmother. All I can hear are the birds in the river. Perhaps it is their spirits who are speaking to you, Pocahontas. I do not understand what they're trying to tell me. They speak a language you do not yet know. You listen very closely with your mind and with your heart. For the strangest of voices will sound familiar to your ears, and you will understand every word they say. Now, try again, child.
I think I'll take a walk down by the river, Jab. I'll meet you back at camp.
Was that a spirit speaking to me, Grandmother? It was no spirit, Pocahontas. Someone is coming. Then we must hide. The voice that I heard was not the voice of one of our people.
This is the most beautiful land I have ever seen. Come out of there at once, or I'll shoot! Good Lord, you're a girl. Do you know I almost shot you? You don't understand a single word I'm saying, do you?
He understands you well enough. He simply chooses not to speak.
What are the two of you doing sneaking around in these woods?
We are not sneaking. These woods are our home. It appears to me that you are the one who should be answering questions rather than asking them.
I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Who are you and what are you doing sneaking around in our woods?
My name is John Smith, and I wasn't sneaking. I was just looking.
You shouted at my grandmother and me.
I heard a noise. How was I supposed to know that I wasn't about to be attacked by a wolf or a bear?
Wolves and bears do not usually attack unless someone comes into their territory uninvited.
This is your territory.
Yes, it is, and no one has invited you to be here. You might have been better off had you found a wolf or a bear hiding behind that rock instead of my granddaughter.
She doesn't seem to like me very much.
I cannot dislike you if I do not even know you.
Well, at least you know my name.
Her name is Pocahontas, and mine is Matawan. What sort of name is John Smith?
It's English, I suppose.
English. That is a tribe of which I have never heard.
Well, it's not really a tribe. I'm from England.
England?
It's a country far across the ocean.
Ocean?
The sea. came here on ships.
Shit. You were on the big boat that my father saw.
Yes, I was.
You look very strange to me. Are all the people in England so pale and sickly looking?
Well, I really never considered myself pale and sickly looking before, but I guess quite a bit of us do look a bit like me.
You are not really ugly.
Oh, why, thank you very much. You're not so bad yourself.
Have you come to our land to be our friends? Or have you come to be our enemies?
I'd hoped that we could be friends. We want to live here, build our houses, raise our families.
And do you have a family, John Smith?
Yes, I do. I have a sister. Her name is Abigail. She'd be just about your age, I guess.
And do you have a mate?
A mate?
One who is the mother of your children.
A wife.
Why? Do you have one?
No, and I don't plan on being married for quite a long time.
Plans change, John Smith. Sometimes as quickly as the wind. If you desire to live here and build your homes and raise your families, then you must ask my father's permission to do so. My father is Pocahontas. He is the Manitowic. The great chief of our tribe. Does your tribe have a chief?
Well, sort of. His name is Governor Radcliffe.
Then you must send this Governor Ratcliffe to meet with my father. The two of them must make peace in order for your tribe to live here with ours. I will tell my father to expect your chief tomorrow morning, just after sunrise. Are you coming, grandmother? I did not know we were ready to leave, Pocahontas. Our business with John Smith is finished for now. She may be finished with you for now, John Smith, but not for always. Grandmother. Granddaughter.
Something tells me that old Great Legs is not going to like this very much.
What did I say?
You didn't say anything. That's the problem.
What am I supposed to say?
You're supposed to say that you're happy that I'm here.
I am!
Well, you certainly don't act like you're very happy.
How am I supposed to act?
How should I know?
Well, if I don't know, and you don't know, then who does?
You are absolutely impossible, Jebediah Sims. I risk my life to be with you. Sleeping at night on the cold, damp deck of a ship, and you act like you don't even care.
I do care.
You do?
Of course I do.
You just what?
I just think that you want me to be something I'm really not ready to be yet.
Like what?
Like your husband?
You think that I want you to be my husband?
Don't you?
I would marry if you were the last boy on the face of the earth.
You wouldn't?
Of course I wouldn't.
And why not?
I don't have to have a reason. I just wouldn't.
Fine then. I was planning to ask you to marry me in a week or two, but now I won't fly.
You were going to ask me to marry you?
I was thinking about it.
Well, if you change your mind in a week or two, maybe by then I'll have changed my mind as well.
All right, I'll give it some thought.
And just what is there to think about?
There's a lot to think about.
Well, do yourself a favor. Don't think too hard! I wouldn't want you to put too much of a strain on that pink-eyed brain you got rushing around in your big head!
Oh, no! sun has not been in the sky for very long yet.
John Smith seems very nice, Father. Even Grandmother Madwan said so.
Better not trust them. They'll come to our land without being asked. They will cause us many problems.
Quiet, Coco. They have arrived.
I'm sorry we're late. Governor Radcliffe overslept. I'm not used to rising at the crack of dawn.
John Smith, this is my father, Chief Powhatan. And this is Cocoa, his bravest warrior.
I am very pleased to meet you both. This is Governor Radcliffe. He is very much the chief of our tribe. We don't have a tribe, Smith. We are not savages, you know. You folks are certainly not very fond of clothing, are you? I'm sure you and Chief Powhatan have much more important things to talk about than clothing, Governor.
Perhaps it would be a good idea if the two of us were left alone to speak in private.
Are you certain that is a good idea, Powhatan?
I do not fear for my life from this man, Coco.
Pocahontas and I will wait for you back at the village.
I think I would like to visit with Grandmother Madwan for a while this morning, Father. Would you care to join me, John Smith?
I would like it very much. I'm very fond of your grandmother.
I wish you luck with your meeting, Father.
I am told you and your tribe desire to live here on our land.
Your land? I beg your pardon, sir, but this is not your land. This land belongs to James, the King of England.
I do not know who this James is you speak of, but this land does not belong to him. This land is the home of my people.
Your people may continue to live here, as long as they don't cause us any problems.
You do not understand. It is you and your people who must be made welcome in order to remain here with me and my people.
My people and I will stay here, whether you and your people welcome us or not.
Those are strong words from one who is a stranger to this land.
We have come to settle this land, and settle it we shall.
I do not wish to do battle with you and your tribe. I had hoped we could live together peacefully. All you must do is ask my permission to stay.
My dear fellow, I don't need your permission to stay. Despite what you may think, I am in charge of this land now.
You may be in charge of your own people, but you will never be in charge of this land. This land has been the home of my people since time began.
Yeah. It looks as though we have a difference of opinion here. And how do you suggest we solve this problem, Powhatan?
I had hoped that there would not be a problem. You have chosen not to do as I ask. You have shown me great disrespect. The time to talk is over.
In that case, I'll be on my way. But before I go, there's something I'd like to tell you, Chief. Neither I nor my people will be bullied by you and your pathetic little band of savages. Don't start something you cannot finish.
You will live to regret the words you have spoken to me, Governor Radcliffe.
She all right? What is she doing?
Madwan is listening to the spirit.
You mean, you telling me the spirits speak to your grandmother?
Spirits speak to anyone who is wise enough to listen, John Smith. I'm sorry that we disturbed you, Grandmother. trouble is there, grandmother? Sometimes it is not possible for two families to share the same home, my children. Father is meeting with Governor Radcliffe at this very moment. Did the spirits tell you that their talk is not going very well?
Those drums I hear,
Yes.
what do they mean?
Those are the drums of war, John Smith. My son, Powhatan, has told his warriors to prepare for battle.
Battle?
There is going to be war between your people and mine, John Smith.
Can't let that happen. We must stop them.
How can we stop them?
I don't know, but we have to try. I'm going to go back to my camp and see what's happening.
I will return to my tribe and do the same.
Meet me back here at sundown. Perhaps we can stop this battle before it even begins. Be careful, Pocahontas.
And you must do the same, John. Is it possible to stop this battle, Madam Watch? Listen to your heart, child. It will tell you what to do. It will guide you in the right direction. Love you, grandmother. I love you too, child. The storm is drawing closer. You can hear its thunder in the distance.
Pocahontas.
Please, Father, do not go to battle with these strangers.
They have come to take our land, Pocahontas. We must stop them.
But there will be killing. People will die.
Take your coma to my longhouse, Pocahontas. You won't be safe there.
Father, please.
Do as I have told you.
Are we going to die, Pocahontas? No, Coma, we are not going to die. I will find a way to stop this war.
John!
Oh, thank goodness we found him. What is going on? It's Radcliffe. He's ordered all the men to attack the savages. They are not savages, Jeb. They are people just like we are.
Please don't let this happen, John. I'm afraid.
Be afraid, Abigail. There isn't going to be any battle. Oh, yes, there is. We are going to teach got to stop him, John.
Afraid I don't know how, Zeb. I want you to take Abigail. Keep her safe. I need time to think.
Please be careful, John.
Oh, look over here, Governor.
Fighting has begun. It is all so senseless. Speak to me, great spirits. Take my hands and guide me. Show me the way to stop this fighting. Grandmother! You are hurt. I must go for help. No, child. Stay with me. Hold me close. Please don't leave me, Grandmother. I will never leave you, child. I will live. As long as you remember.
Please. Tell me that she isn't.
My grandmother's spirit is free. No. Keep away.
My mother is dead because of you and your people. You will pay for this with your own life, John Smith. You will die at sunrise, and before this day is done, the rest of your people will follow. Take them to our village, Cocoa.
I wish to be alone with my grandmother. Pocahontas. How do you know? My brother told me about you. He said that you were very beautiful. You are Abigail. John is in danger, isn't he? How do you know this? I always know when something bad has happened to John. I can feel it. my grandmother.
He tried to stop the battle. I swear to you he did.
I know that you are telling me the truth.
How do you know?
Because I saw the way that my grandmother looked at him. Her eyes. They told me that she trusted him. She knew in her heart that John Smith is a good man.
What does your heart say to you, Pocahontas?
Did you hear something?
The only thing I hear is the sound of the wind.
Listen to your heart, child. It will tell you what to do.
Thank you, Madawan.
Who are you talking to, Pocahontas?
The spirit of my grandmother. You do not believe me.
Yes, I do. My mother speaks to me sometimes. She died when I was just a little girl.
We are really not so different, you and I. Our skin may not be the same color, but our hearts are very much alike.
Please don't let them kill my brother.
John Smith will not die. Go back to your camp, Abigail Smith, and bring your Governor Radcliffe back here to this place. Run, as quickly as your feet will carry you. There is no time to lose. I know what I must do, Grandmother.
Bring him out, Pocahontas.
Many of my people are dead because of you and your people. My mother took her last breath on this very spot. And you would die here as well, John Smith.
If you will kill his father, then you must kill me as well.
You do not know what you are saying, daughter.
I am speaking from my heart. There has been enough blood shed on this land already. Why is it not possible for us to live together in peace and friendship instead of war and hate?
They do not want to live in peace and friendship.
Perhaps the goodness must begin with you, Pocahontas.
My mother spoke those same words to me once. I can hear the echo of her voice in yours, my daughter.
She is with me, Father, in my heart.
If there is to be any more killing, it will not begin with me. Release John Smith.
What a charming little scene that was. It almost brought a tear to my eye. Almost. You are a foolish man, Powhatan. You come to the forest with only one puny little warrior to protect you. He is no match for a musket. Shoot him! I refuse. Then I'll do it myself. No!
Oh, is he?
No, he is alive, but he is hurt very badly.
You shot the pup. It was an accident. You saw for yourself. He jumped in front of the gun. I haven't liked you from the moment I first laid eyes on you. And I like you even less now. Take this poor excuse for a man back to camp and throw him in the stockade!
With pleasure. I never liked him much neither. Now move!
What do you think you're doing? You can't do this to me! I'll have you tarred and feathered for this! Take that pistol out of my mouth!
He isn't going to die, is he?
No, he is not going to die. The spirits are not yet ready for John Smith to join them.
The ship ready to sail?
Loading the last of the cargo on right now.
Take your hands off me, you filthy swine! Shut up or I'll scupper you right where you stand, you little weasel!
I'm going to miss you very much.
I'm going to miss you too, Jim.
Take good care of John. Get him well quick so that you can come back.
I won't stay nameless a moment longer than I have to. I promise.
That's good. Real good, because there'll be a surprise waiting for you when you return.
Ooh, what sort of surprise?
If I tell you, then it won't be a surprise.
You cannot keep me in suspense for months, Jebediah.
I can't.
No, you can't.
Oh. Well, I thought maybe I'd build a house while you were gone. And maybe we could live there when you get back together and raise a family.
Are you asking me to marry you?
Sort of.
Well, either you are or you aren't. Which is it?
I are. I mean, I am.
Well, then I suppose I should give you an answer, shouldn't I?
I suppose you should.
You had better build a very big house, Mr. Sims. I want us to have a very large family.
You do?
Yes, I do. Oh,
Pardon me, Mr. Sims. The ship's ready to sail.
I suppose we should get your brother on board.
No, not yet. She promised she'd be here. She promised she'd come and say goodbye. But, sir, we can't wait much longer. We'll lose the tide. Oh, I know she'll be here. I can feel it in my heart.
Always listen to your heart, John Smith. It will never lie to you.
I owe you my life, my brother. It is a debt I can never repay.
There is no debt, Powhatan.
Thank you, John Smith.
Come back to England with me.
I cannot leave my home, John Smith. My spirit belongs on this land.
I'll stay here.
No, you must return to England and heal yourself. the day when the tide brings you back to me.
Why does my heart feel like it's breaking?
Your heart is not breaking, Justin. You have given part of it away. And it is sailing on that ship to England, along with a part of mine.